Good morning, everybody. My name is Praneet Vasishta, and I recently graduated from UC Davis. That's in UC University of California, Davis, and my I majored in about culture, and my interests are Hindu studies, and like my interest in psychology, I would have to say I want to do something in child behavior, or either I'm considering to do like relationship studies. So that's a little bit about me. Today I want to speak about mental health and how to just not go crazy while you are preparing. I'm pretty sure you guys have a lot on your plate as UPSC students, and everybody is here from different walks of life, and we all have our own journeys, and we need to I want to share some coping mechanisms and mindfulness practices that could be helpful in your journey, which I have used in the past. And mm, so do you guys know what's mindfulness? Like, anybody of you, have you done mindfulness before, like given time for yourself? And so mindfulness is like a basic human ability to fully be present in what's happening and not really think about what you ate for breakfast or what you're going to do in 2 hours. That's mindfulness in very simple words. But in a deeper sense, mindfulness is like to just be there without any judgment, not think too much, and just do whatever you're doing right now. Um, Today, I hope to share a little bit with you about what I did in the past. And okay, before I dive into this, let me speak about my journey. So I mostly my entire life I've been in Bangalore. Like, I'm 22 or something right now. Just the past 4 years, I moved to California because of my higher education. I started off in Sri Kumaran's Children's Home, and for my secondary higher years, I moved to an international school called Candor, and that's when I started thinking about psychology. I never gave it a thought. I was just like, oh, I was everywhere. Like, I want to be an astronaut today. I want to be a doctor today. And then one fine day, I'm just like, I didn't really think. And then there's like this, like usually in schools, like there is the special education and special needs department. I just walked in to speak with one of the teachers over there, and somehow I just enjoyed being there, and I started going there often, again and again. And my teacher, his name is Gopal Singh. He definitely saw something that I'm interested in about psychology, and he's like, "Oh, you should try doing something in psychology." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, let me do it. Why not?" Mm, and that's when I deeply felt that I need to do this and learn. That's when my purpose in life came into place. I'm like, okay, I want to learn psychology. I think in my 10th grade or something, I could choose my subject, so I chose psychology. And that's when I learned the basics of psychology. From there, it's just been, it was just like very basics until 12th. Later on, when I moved to the US, I started in a community college, and I was navigating through, and I wasn't sure, like, the systems are extremely different, and I was just like, oh, how am I going to do this? I'm figuring out. And then I took this class on cognitive sciences, and that made me realize that it's just, it's very simple to think. Like, we know that we are thinking and we are being conscious and stuff, but our brain is really complex and things run in a different way, and our brain is capable of doing so many different things. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to do cognitive sciences, and I thought I'm going to do child behavior and relationship sciences. When I moved on to, when I transferred to my, when I transferred to the university from a community college, so the system is a little different from here. Like you could just either directly go to a university or take a little bit of time and get adjusted to the system and move on to um, a university. So I technically have a degree, like a degree from my community college, and I have my graduation from University of California, Davis. And once I got there, I'm like, I was just, again, it's super big. The campus is big. I don't know anybody, and that's when what I learned helped me. I'm, I kind of realized that I could just do this all by myself, and I don't need anybody, and I can just be in the present and work on what I'm doing. Um, so in my university campus, I think the first year was just like, oh, why am I here? I wasn't enjoying it one little bit. And there were times when I would go, when I'm going, I'm like, oh, I don't want to go. I started crying. I'm just not enjoying it because it was so overwhelming. And later on, the second year is when I completely got adjusted to what I'm doing. And I was fully aware of my purpose. And that helped me not really think about the other stuff. And in my second year, I took relationship studies, educational psychology, and child behavior and developmental studies. And I think the last 2 quarters or something, I decided that I want to do a sociology minor, because if I just kept doing psychology major, it would just take me forever. So when I did sociology minor, I could like add on 2 more subjects and I could complete faster. And I really enjoyed sociology. At a point, I'm like, oh, should I do sociology instead? Because it's so interactive, and like when you're in the class, you're just hooked into what the teacher is teaching you and what the professor is teaching you. And there have been some intersections of sociology and psychology when in some classes that I took. Like the class I told you, educational psychology, there have been some intersections there. Okay, let's try speaking about mindfulness. Has anybody meditated before? You have. How did you feel after meditating? Like, could you could you be present in the moment? No. Yeah, yeah. See, that's the thing. Mindfulness is the skill that we kind of have to develop, because right now also I'm technically practicing mindfulness because I'm speaking with so many of you. I'm a little overwhelmed. So mindfulness is, according to Healthline, mindfulness is a non-judgmental awareness of thoughts and surroundings, retraining your brain to curb into autopilot stress. So we all know our brain will be having that subconscious thoughts. You'll be thinking of something or the other. This is the capability to just completely be in the present and doing whatever you are doing right now, and not, like, let's say you want to, I don't know, this is from my past experience. When I was in my class, my professor is teaching something and I'm listening to her. It's not like I'm not listening, but at the same time I got a notification on my Instagram. I don't want to avoid that as well. But then I'm like, okay, let me take a minute and then let me be in the present. Let me realize that I'm in a classroom. And that helped me not open that notification. So according to some studies show that by practicing mindfulness, it rivals antidepressants for anxiety, and it boosts gray matter for focus. Now, okay, so do you guys know what's gray matter? Anybody? You can just make a random guess.
What's that? Gray?
Gray matter. Okay, Soumya? No. So gray matter is, even I don't know properly, I'm reading, so there's nothing about it. So gray matter is, it comprises of neural cell bodies and dendrites and glial cells. So gray matter is primarily responsible for processing and controlling, processing information and controlling the movement and memory and emotions. So it's like the most important thing technically. By practicing mindfulness, there is the gray matter boosts, and you tend to be more present and you think well. Okay, do you have an idea when else gray matter boosts other than mindfulness? Again, it's something similar to mindfulness that we all do. Sleep, yeah. When you sleep, the gray matter boosts. I mean, that's why they say if you have an exam, you gotta sleep well. Second. Okay, so I don't know. I think I want to show you this slide because it kind of. Okay, I can just draw it for you. So it's going to be 4, 4, 4, 4. So here, this is a breathing technique. It's called box breathing. It's derived from yogic traditions. It's in yoga. It's called a samavritti pranayama. So here, let's try this first, and I'll speak more about it. So what we have to do is we have to inhale for 4 and hold for 4, and you can just exhale, like you don't need a count for it. Again, like you repeat the same thing in like 4 reps. So do you guys want to try it once? Okay. Do you want me to count, or like do you want to like just do it by yourself? Okay. Okay, did you guys do the 4 reps? Okay. You count in your mind 4, like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just hold for 4 seconds.
Yeah, this is the hold, and this is to inhale, and you can just exhale. You don't need to count.
Okay.
Yeah. No, this is hold. Yeah. How do you guys feel? Like, is there any difference? That was a good one. I mean, technically, considering the settings, right? We are all together, and you know that I'm speaking. You're already conscious, so it technically does not make an impact right now. But then, if you are in a exam setting, or probably you're driving in Bangalore traffic, and some random guy just comes super close to you, and you want to shout at him, and then you're just like, let me pause for a second. That's this. I mean, you don't have to breathe for hold for 4 seconds. Yeah, the box breathing is a deep breathing technique derived from yogic. I think I said that. It's also used by U.S. Navy for it's a part of their life skills. So, and it's a coping. It's used by almost everybody who is coping up with stress and anxiety around the world. So, by doing the box breathing technique, it promotes a deep sense of relaxation, especially during stressful moments, just like this one being on the stage, being placed on the, just by breathing, you feel much more calm. By regulating the breath, it can lower the cortisol levels and also help in reducing blood pressure. And this technique activates the parasympathetic nervous system because whenever you're stressed and whenever the cortisol level it increases when you are in the fight and flight mode. Any idea of fight and flight mode? Adrenaline? No? Yeah. But do you know when it happens? Wait, you said you did forensic, right? Do you have an idea? No. But you do have some psychology idea, right?
Especially when you're in a situation where you have to either live or if there's something threatening your life, then your adrenaline rushes and
like a roller coaster.
yes,
Yeah.
so you'll have more energy produced. Your heart rate increases.
Yeah. I think the best example for this in a very animal level because a lion is probably chasing a bison, yeah. And then the bison is definitely in a flight or fight mode because it's like, oh, either I'm going to die or I'm just going to have fun. Yeah. It's the same in a roller coaster or probably in a horror movie, I guess.
Can I just take a minute to explain that you more on that?
I have a
My
little.
own way. Not what you want. So this adrenaline thing, I just wanted to talk a little bit on that.
Okay.
So I think whatever he said is absolutely right. So what I wanted to add is, in our body, the need for adrenaline is, let's say like for example, instead of bison, the lion was chasing you, right? The body's reaction is to secrete adrenaline. Adrenaline blocks your mind from thinking in different directions, and it tells your body to rush the blood to the feet so that you have all the energy and oxygen in the body for you to run. If your body was awake and it was thinking and all that, you would think of doing 100 things instead of running. The need for adrenaline is just that. I just wanted to say. Thanks.
Yeah, and then so the flight or fight mode is like an automatic physiological reaction to perceived threats, and the sympathetic nervous system releases adrenaline and cortisol. So for the opposite of fight or flight mode is the rest and digestive mode. That's ideally that's the ideal mode that your body should be in. The rest and digest mode refers to the parasympathetic nervous system, a deviation of the autonomic nervous system. This mode conserves energy in body and it promotes digestion to maintain essential body functions during stress. By doing box breathing, you can get into the rest and digestive mode and your blood pressures decreases. Also it acts as it also eliminates ways to restore balance in body. So a part of the mindfulness, this is another thing which I recently learned. This is called mantra mindfulness. So mantra is basically a syllable, word, sound, whatever you want to call it. And it can also be something absolutely which doesn't make sense, but which is making sense to you and which resonates with you. And when I say mantra, it does not mean like a religious mantra or something. It's just like a thing that, it's like an affirmation that you can tell yourself. And affirmative mantras help calm down the mind by replacing negative thoughts with supportive ones, like let's say repeating a phrase like I'm strong or like I'm safe. Your mind tends to believe that because you're telling that yourself, and it reduces anxiety and promotes safety and emotional resilience. So now what I was thinking that we could do is Do you guys already have like affirmations? Or do you, I was wondering if you would be interested in making some affirmations for yourselves.
What is an affirmation?
Oh, okay. So an affirmation is something you can, okay, like it's a phrase which you can tell yourself in stressful situations, and it instinctively helps you to uh, feel safe and feel whatever you want to feel. Uh, when
Give an example.
So yeah, I have some examples like I choose to be happy, or like I'm safe, and then I love who I am becoming, or my goals and desires are worthwhile. Just random phrases which resonate with you.
We can even think whatever we want to do,
Yeah,
what we want to achieve.
achieve. Yeah, but then you have to make it like
We need to visualize it.
visualize it. Yeah, like I choose to be happy.
Yeah.
Like so. Do you guys want to try? Let me just write down one so that if you guys want to put it down, or if you have paper, you can put it down there as well. Or you can just share it out loud if you think that would be good. Wait.
Let them make a share. Yeah.
So by telling the affirmation that suits you or like that resonates with you every day, you tend to be more. Uh, you tend to your self-esteem levels increase, and you tend to be more calm because you know where you're headed. I can give you like some time for that, and you can share it out with me if you want to.
Affirmations help us by doing affirmations
It helps you just be in the present and also not really.
to be focused.
No, I mean, yeah, but then an affirmation will help your self-esteem increase and will help you just not really think about what others are going to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like-
the environment will not
affect you,
Any
yeah.
scenarios, any situations will not
True.
affect us. Being that positive or whatever the affirmation we have.
Like any amount of judgment or anything will not affect you,
It will be not
and we will also be non-judgmental. Yeah,
For example, if we are going for an interview or something,
that's when it helps.
that I do actually always.
Yeah,
Whenever I go for any meeting, I'll prepare that I will win this,
yeah.
and I'll definitely win.
When you're in an interview, or probably you're in an exam hall or something, telling yourself something nice and telling yourself things like, oh, I can do this and this is worthy, it's definitely going to help you achieve it.
Like all is well in periods.
Oh yeah, like that.
all is well.
Yeah, that was a good
That's
one.
the simplest way to realize what is an affirmation. In that case, we keep doing affirmations always.
Yeah.
Road nayi malgidre deve nayi malgidre.
Do you guys want to share your affirmations? Or you could, okay, like we can carry on.
Give them 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Give them a couple of minutes. Let them write. They can think what is.
You can write
what
how many
you
way you
want to
want.
achieve or something like what is your affirmation. You can write it. I mean, that will help. You
It
decide.
stays
that,
with you if I write and if I keep it will stay with us.
I mean, yes, I mean, I don't
You
know.
can write,
You
they
can,
don't
you,
need
yeah,
to
yeah,
share.
you
It
can.
is a temporary.
You don't have to share, yeah. Like if you're not comfortable, you don't have to share.
I think his question is it temporary or permanent?
Oh no, like to just tell yourself nice things. And I think the best example for this is, again, there's like a very generalized situation. It's not meant for anyone. Like sometimes when you are an overachiever or something, you tend to doubt your self-worth, and you're like, oh, you just put yourself down. That's just an example. It's like how much ever you tend to forget the nice stuff you have done, and you just think about something you missed. that's one of the examples when an affirmation might help you. Like by telling yourself something realistic or nice, you tend to ground yourself in the present.
Maybe in the context of this UPSC students, they can think that they will clear the UPSC exam
Yeah.
every day at a very competitive score.
Yeah.
So they can put that affirmation every day.
Yeah, I,
Build a lot of confidence.
No, yeah, like I hear few people they keep those things on their mirror or wherever.
that's the fine nice things
on
to,
their cupboards.
yeah.
And every day they read as soon as they get up.
So that's technically the idea of my mantra. My mantra is like you tell yourself 5 nice things, like 5 affirmations, which you think which resonates with you, and by doing so, you tend to feel more confident, and there is some kind of self-esteem which increases by doing it.
I'll just take 1 minute with the permission. There's an interesting interaction with one of the additional DGP, Uttarakhand. So, sir, when we attended the interview, UPSC interview, so one of his hobby was palm reading, palm history. So, of course, a lot of questions were asked, and in the end, the chairman of the board, he asked Mr. Singh, your hobby is palm reading. What does your palm say about you getting selected to
Oh,
UPSC?
that was a good one.
So, sir looked at his palm and said, "It's looking bright." So, I think he got very good marks in the interview. Of course, they forget about the rest of the things. But see, when you are thrown into the sea, as I can sleep anywhere. I can sleep in even the bus stand. I can sleep in even the 5-star. Thing is, when there are 2-3 ways of bringing up somebody. It's a more sophisticated way, and they will just throw it to the ocean or the field, let them learn afterwards. So I come from that background. Sometimes we also feel, that we lost something. But every time, again telling to myself, no, that's not the end of the road. Come on, I can do. But sometimes people look at us it's a psycho thing. So sometimes they do it. And I understand our friends here. I am least bothered about what others say. And when I got 49% in my +2. So people used to talk a lot of things.
Yeah.
Oh, like when he was after girl, he was drinking and he drinks and I used to openly tell them, while I was sitting in the near shop. Somebody was telling like, he used to drink and all. I said, I have 10 bottles now in the refrigerator. Come, we'll go drink.
You should choose.
They stop after that.
Yeah.
Okay, they never see why the hell should we bother? Let them speak. And if we give back, the same way, whatever they say, they will stop talking.
Yeah.
You're after somebody, I married 10 girls and I divorced them. You want to know that? Give come, let's go. But they'll stop.
You shouldn't let that.
All people may not be that very strong. So that is where the support of friends and parents lies. So most of us we forget that responsibility. But in this respect, Sarstha, what madam is doing is massive. And Mohan sir used to tell me, so sir, why not you build an app? Right? Instead of assessing the child's mentality, let us assess parents and teachers' mentality.
Yeah.
And their strength and weakness. So in that way, thing is that at that moment, if sir told maybe it depends on what you give, how many marks you give and all, probably they would have thought differently. In the moment, he immediately noticed from say it's looking bright and get selected. I got a very good marks. So that matters. That's very good point.
That's the mindfulness.
Yeah. I think I would. You did say that like 10 different people will say so many different things, and you shouldn't let that affect you. Yeah, that's one of the most important things that affirmations help with. Like, there's going to be so much judgment and there's going to be so much doubt and everything, but that shouldn't affect you. You can just, if not this time, you can always do it the next time. You just have to keep going and not really answer back to everybody because people just speak. Anybody wants to share their affirmations?
I think Praneet, you know my affirmation.
You can share.
I am in the university, that is my affirmation.
Okay. So let's try. I will use my visuals for this because just a second. Okay. Can you see at the back? Okay. This is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding technique. I think when this is most useful is it's not necessarily like a negative situation. It's more like you have something nice coming your way. Like, oh, I got a new car, and you're excited about it, and you're in the future, not really in the present. Like you're just thinking about your dreams. Like you're like, oh, I got a new car. Let me go to somewhere, and let me go here, and you're just thinking about that, and it's hard for you to just be in the moment. That's when you can try doing this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique, and you can also probably do it when you have something big happening, like you're going to interview or something. You're excited, at the same time you're overwhelmed. That's when you could do this. So in this technique, we mostly activate all our senses to be in the present. So I'll show you the visuals, but yeah, let me know if you can see. So can you just think about 5 things that you can you tell me 5 things that you can see don't tell me, just think about 5 things that you can see right now. We good? Okay, 4 things that you can feel. It does not just have to be mentally, also let's say I'm standing, I feel my feet, something like that. And 3 things that you can hear right now. Okay. And 2 things that you can smell. Yeah, smell. And 1 thing that you can taste. Please don't tell me you're tasting idli sambar right now. Okay, the benefits of practicing mindfulness, you tend to be more compassionate. That's one of the biggest benefits. It's just not like being compassionate to somebody here, it's also about being compassionate to yourself. You tend to give yourself time. You don't really, you make time for yourself. You don't really agree for everybody's commitments because you know that you also need time. And it creates a very deep sense of peace and calm. And I think we all should kind of do mindfulness because it's free energy, focus, and productivity. You don't really have to invest in it. It's just increased confidence and higher levels of self-esteem and self-awareness. And this skill literally anybody can develop. And one more interesting thing is technically this mindfulness is when you are consciously being mindful, but your subconscious mind is always doing mindfulness for you. When you get into an argument with somebody and then you're you're taking a minute, you're pausing because you don't want to, so you're just taking a minute for yourself and getting grounded. So your brain is always doing it for you, but then mindfulness is when you consciously put in effort to be fully present. That is something which I I didn't understand. I realized while I was coming here, because this one guy, like my dad was driving, I wasn't driving. So this one guy, he just randomly came so close to our car, and I'm like, oh, and then that helped me stay grounded and be in the moment. Growing up, I think as you said earlier, that everybody does not know about mindfulness, and everybody practices it in different way, like the palm reading. So growing up, I didn't have any idea of mindfulness because I never thought I would do a psychology major, and I think it's just like the past 5 years or something, that's when I learned about it. Growing up, when I would be in a stressful situation or when I would be panicking, I would turn to doodling. I would instinctively start scribbling things and drawing stuff, even in my exams. Like on my exam paper, I remember this one time when I knew this answer, but then I just thought about the next question and I forgot the answer. And I started freaking out. That's when I'm like, oh, what can I do? I started doodling on the exam paper. That helped me instinctively to remember, because I took a breath and my breath work was happening. And that's when, I feel like doodling is also a great practice. And there are other things, like if you guys hit the gym or something, definitely you're spending time with yourself, and there is breath work with the exercises. Like you are technically being mindful in everything. You're doing it all the time, but just that you have to when you consciously make an effort, that's mindfulness for you. And I want to share this quote that I read today morning while I was drinking my coffee. So this is something I want to share before I end. So other than death, all fails are just psychological. So I mean, it's kind of deep, but I feel that's true. Like, just because I didn't do well in something, I shouldn't let that affect me. I should know that I have another chance and I can do well again in case I mess up something. When I let something affect me, or like when you guys let something affect you, that's when you just let it be with you. Like, one thing we have to all learn as humans is to let go, so that you can make way to new opportunities, and then the small things won't affect you. For me, I think mostly while I was a kid, right? Whenever I would just like panic or something, I would start drawing eyes of Ma Durga. So that was like this, like the spirituality was my mindfulness for me. That really helped me, yeah. And I want to end this speech by thanking Mohan sir and Rajesh sir and Soumya ma'am for giving me this opportunity. And I want to thank all of you for being a nice audience, and yeah, thank you so much.
Any question? My basic question, what is this mindfulness?
Okay. As I told you earlier, mindfulness is the ability to be fully present in the moment and not have your mind, not have your brain in chaos, not think about like 100 different things, like, oh, I want to eat paneer tikka tonight. Oh, I want to like go somewhere, or like, oh, I want to get a job. Not think about so many different things at once. Just be present while doing whatever you're doing. That is mindfulness in very simple words.
But for myself, I get a lot of distractions. Like whenever I go for meeting or anything, when they're talking, my mind goes far. It goes to the implementing level. I will completely like that.
That's when you have to do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding technique. Like,
No,
just.
is that good?
I mean,
I have to come back.
if it's working out for you, it's good. Like,
It is working.
yeah, then.
The same, whatever the work you are doing, if you are thinking about it and
same.
imagining
I feel-
your success in that, then it's a good thing.
I feel like some people are just designed a little different. Like, some. If you're like an overthinker or something, that's when
Maybe
it.
I'm thinking, I'm overthinking.
No. If you're an overthinker, I feel that's when it affects. Like, if it's like a very healthy form of thinking or like dreaming or something, that's all right. But then, I think the best situation to explain mindfulness is when you're in an exam hall, because that's when I have really experienced it, and that's the most relatable to all of you as well. So, I mean, technically it doesn't happen, but your subconscious mind will be always running. So you'll always be thinking about something or the other. Let's say in the exam hall, you want to just get done with it. You want to go, but you're still in the 40th question or something, but you want to go out because you're getting suffocated in there. That's when you need to do the mindfulness practice so that you can be in the moment. Like,
so what are the basic exercises other than this board work?
Other than that, I feel I was going to do this other technique, but then we have to do it with the affirmations. So it's called the mantra. It's called the mantra mindfulness. So this is another technique, but then yeah, like it's just the same breathing technique, but instead of just counting 1, 2, 3, 4 in this part where you hold, you tell yourself that thing, like the affirmation. So you basically breathe for 4, inhale for 4, and hold for 4 with the affirmation in your mind. Like instead of telling 1, 2, 3, 4, you end up telling, oh, I'm strong. Yeah, that.
This was my childhood, like it has really affected me. In my complete education, I was never there in any class. I was not at all there in any class. I was out of the class only. Maybe this is affecting many children also today. So I used to play the game. How did I come there? Like that, I used to connect, come back. So the class is over.
Oh, yeah, I think that has happened to me too. Like, you're sitting in the class and you're thinking about what to go out and do, right?
I went and I played there and I thinking how did I reach there?
Like,
Then
mentally or physically? Mentally.
Completely out of the class.
Yeah, you
99% of my education I was out of the class.
I think you definitely need mindfulness.
Yeah, so this might be affecting many
Of
children.
course, yeah.
So even today. So these things, if we tell to every teachers to do this one exercise before the class starts, so that they can be here now.
Yeah.
Can we do this?
That's definitely a good idea, because for me, when I was doing my psychology classes, when I was doing my psychology, I majored in psychology, but then I took a physics class, like a lower division physics class. My professor, he decided that every day before we start class, he would just give like 1 minute for all of us to just not touch our devices and just be there. That really, I mean, I don't like physics. I don't enjoy any of the sciences. I mean, I like physics a little more than the other two. That made me feel interested, and I didn't feel like I wanted to touch my devices in his class because of that 1 minute he gave before he started lecturing us. Like, that gave me an opportunity to be present and see what's coming my way. Like, that was like a nice passage from outside classroom to coming inside and then getting ready for his lecture.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Any more questions?
You're learning
Implement in our classes.
So we'll start from today itself.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
It can also be something silly. It does not even need to be related to this if you want to ask any questions. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.